Hey guys, welcome to Hertzfield's Fishing Guide for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Today's episode we are going to cover the absolute basics of fishing, where you get started, and what to look for when you're doing your everyday fishing routines. Just as a first episode here, let's go from the background. I mean, every game that I have ever played as an MMO, all the way back to Ultima Online fishing, if there's the fishing skill in the game, I was there. I was doing that, and it was a favorite pastime of mine. It was so relaxing. And I mean, the first time that Final Fantasy XIV, when it came out originally, the fishing game was more of a mini game, and it was quite interactive. However, it left a lot to be desired when it came down to actually dealing with the randomness of the actual fishing itself. So it didn't matter like what your skill was really. It didn't matter, a lot of things like your baits and all this kind of stuff to determine whether or not you caught a fish. As far as the game user interface you had during the minigame was concerned, it just wasn't that complete. In the end, the second revision has stripped all of that away into a simple and relaxing fishing system. So let's go over the topics we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about bait. We're going to talk about your skills that you get. We're going to talk about general things to watch out for while you're starting out on your journeys. So let's go over the bait at first. So your baits are going to start off with an ocean water or a freshwater bait. And right now you can see I'm in a freshwater place. We're in a river. Oceans would be like a coastline, where like somewhere in Limzo Ninza, where there's the ocean is out in the middle of nowhere. The key important is if you use freshwater bait in an ocean environment, you will never catch anything. It will say this bait is not suitable, please try again, or thanks for playing. So make sure you're using the right bait for the right location. I'm assuming, because I have seen skills in here about desert fishing and cloud fishing or whatever it is, I'm assuming there's baits that will go along with that, so to look forward to, I guess, when you hit like 35 and up. Alright, next part, your skills. So the way that they've done the actual fishing in this game is you have your bait tackle box, basically. Okay, they'll list all of your bait that you can use, and you just switch to it by clicking. And then you have a cast and a hook, and then your quit and stealth. So you would cast your guy. We'll just do it once here. And basically what's going to happen is he's stealth, so he's not going to very well here. Your pole is going to bend, and you're going to hear a sound. Right there. And then you're going to press the hook, and it's going to reel in your fish. Alright, so you can see that I've caught a striped gobi. It tells you the length of it, which comes into play for your personal records, which I will show you later. The sound when it comes out of the water, there are two sounds. There's a regular splash, and then there's a big splash. If you hear the big splash, you are getting a high quality fish. It can be anything that you caught as normal quality, it's just going to be a high quality fish. Now you want these, and the way to get these is you need gear with perception. So this headpiece has 22 perception, down on the bottom right. This has 11 on it. This one has 5, and that one has 10. Plus my fishing pole has 21. Okay, so the higher your perception, perception basically increases the likelihood of getting high quality fish. Now, what's the point, you might ask? Number one, the vendor fish that you get in the game sell for more than the regular fish. I think it's 1 gil more usually. And then your other part is the experience you gain. If let's say you gain 100 experience, off the top of my head, 100 experience for a normal fish. If you catch a high quality of that fish, you gain 400 experience. You gain 4 times the amount of experience for catching that fish. So you want perception, especially when you are leveling. And even more especially so if you're trying to fish in maybe a rare spot with a really high quality bait, that you want those high quality mats for some item. Maybe a carpenter needs a high quality oil that he can only get from high quality fish, something like that. It'll help you, make money basically, or improve your own crafting of it. So those are kind of the skills and the fish that you can catch, and how that kind of, the sound will give you a preemptive notification on what you're seeing before you see the text on the screen. Now let's talk about the Gulley skill. So the Gulley skill is actually a trait, even though they call it a skill, the databases. So it's a passive ability that's always on, and so the description says allows you to discern the location of fishing holes up to level 15. I couldn't figure this out because it didn't do anything. I'm looking at my game and I have no idea where it is. I have a mini map up here. It doesn't do anything. There's nothing on there about Gulley. And the map itself has nothing on here. And so where is it? What is it? Well, I found out it's in your fishing guide. So if I bring up my fishing guide, I can go down to my personal log, go fishing log, and then it has the fish guide. Okay, so this is all the types of fish that you can get. Okay, it tells you how many fish you can catch, all these kind of cool things. Well, on this map that you get in here, I guess it's fishing log and you have the guide in it. But anyways, this map, this circle here, so I'm in Korthas right now, and there's a Korthas River. There's a fishing hole that Gulley has determined. So I've fished successfully in this zone close to one of these fishing holes, and Gulley has said, oh hey, here's a really, really cool place. So it puts this little circle on the map. So if I go and fish inside of that area, I will have more likelihood of, with higher baits probably, getting these question mark fishes. So this shows you all the fish that I've fished up in here, the types, right? And they can be, these are just normal, but high quality of each one. But these ones I haven't fished yet. So I'm assuming fishing in here, potentially getting, you know, level 20 or 35, since it's a 35 zone, that I would actually be able to fish up these 4 types of fish. I don't know what they are yet. I will eventually, but yeah. So that's how Gulley works. That's all it is. You have to successfully fish in a fishing spot, like a river or an ocean, within that zone, and it will unveil. And this tells you how many fishing holes there are in this entire zone. It's big, right? So that is Gulley. I'm not sure what else there is to say other than let's just mention stealth, because all the other trade or gathering professions have a stealth. It levels up as you level. So right now I am at level 30 and below mobs. If they are aggressive and I'm fishing near them, let's say a fate comes by with like a level 25 pack, they won't even know I'm there because I'm stealth fishing, and they don't care. They can walk right up to me and they will not see me. So it's kind of cool, especially for fishing, because you're usually by the edges of places where mobs like to run and they spawn there. You know, it can be a mess. So yeah, if you guys have any other comments or questions, especially if you have a question about fishing you would like me to cover in the next video, go ahead and post a reply on this, or you can catch me in the ZAM forums. I'm on there as Cardal. I will be posting in the Fisher. I have done the wiki page for the Fisherman's Guide. I'm actually working on updating that to something that's a little more, you know, easily read with pictures and cool stuff like that. Fancy, shiny pictures. Awesome. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, let me know if you like these videos. If you want to see more over and above what I'm doing, just let me know what you want to see. Otherwise, I will see you in the next